with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, where we still have some sunshine out there. But as we move into the afternoon, that sun is going to get covered up just a little bit. Thin clouds and then eventually thick clouds. And a little bit closer to the nighttime hours, we're going to begin to see some rain shower activity move in. Right now, it does appear as though there's some light rain occurring in Benton Harbor. And we do see a few locations, Battle Creek, Coldwater, Holland, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Marshall. In that area, they're looking at cloudy skies right now, but everything is pretty dry. The air is quite dry. So it is going to take a little bit more than just a cloud moving in before it begins to rain. It might take a little bit longer, which is probably the benefit of those that would like to get some things done yet today before the rain does move in. Many folks are looking for some rain shower activity, and hopefully you do get some, if you need it, in your backyard. Temperatures working their way up through the 70s. Matthew Lester, what do we have right now on the thermometer?
Currently on the thermometer, over at the airport, it's partly sunny at 75. Over in Midland, it's also partly sunny at 75. Here at Radio Center, it's mostly sunny at 77. We have south winds at 6 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.12, and it's steady.
Some of the warmest temperatures we're seeing right now are in northern Michigan, especially in the northwest corner. Alpena on the south or the northeast side is looking at 79 degrees. Bel Air is at 79. Cadillac, Charlevoix, all looking at 77, 78. Gaylord is reporting 76. Oscoda is 78, and usually the cold spot in northern Michigan, Pellston, is looking at 78 degrees as well. With the help of that sun, as long as we continue to get it, our temperature is going to continue to rise. We should be looking at a high temperature of 82 in the Great Lakes Bay area before the clouds thicken up and then move in. There is going to be a chance after 4 o'clock this afternoon of a widely scattered spotty shower, simply because, as I indicated before, we are looking at some pretty dry air out there right now. Our humidity level is at 64, which really isn't all that dry, but still it's drier than what it should be when rain shower activity begins to move in. So there will be a time when it should be raining, but the rain won't touch the ground. And I think that's what's going to happen later on this afternoon and early this evening before the rain showers finally do move in. Pretty close to sunset is what we're looking at as far as the rain showers are concerned. And it looks like an on again, off again light rain pattern, simply because all the energy, all the moisture, all the stuff that would generate any kind of severe weather or heavy downpours is off in the Atlantic Ocean right now, the hurricane, and that's what's slowing this system up. It's spinning. It's not really gathering a lot of moisture, and as a result, it's not as potent as what it could be, and there is some breakup in the cloud cover and the moisture pattern, especially later on this afternoon and this evening. That's going to affect us here in the Great Lakes Bay region and in the eastern part of the lower peninsula, especially the northeastern and the east central parts of the state, which includes Michigan's thumb. But southeast Michigan is going to get a little bit better chance of seeing some rain later this afternoon, as well as along and west of the I-127 corridor. So scattered showers are in the forecast for tonight, a low of 68. Sun will set this evening at 8:39, rise tomorrow morning at 6:43. Clouds, glimpses of sun tomorrow, some showers, 80 for a high, 66 for a low tomorrow. So not all that bad of a day. We'll actually be above normal tomorrow because of the nighttime low. But Saturday we'll start a little bit below normal, 76 for a high, 65 for a low, some sun, but some scattered showers as well. I think the best chance of seeing scattered showers on Saturday is going to be in the morning hours. That doesn't mean we won't see any rain in the afternoon, but it is going to be widely scattered. And all of it a function, again, of that low pressure system, which is off to the west of us. It's going to be northeast of us, and it's going to be blocked because of that hurricane. So it's not going to move out until Sunday. Looks like Sunday afternoon, the low pressure system affecting us is going to be past Lake Ontario into northern New York State, and the hurricane is going to be up around Nova Scotia. So that's going to open the door and allow these systems to move a little bit closer to what they should move in speed for this time of the year. Sunday, clouds, some showers around, partly sunny. I think the sun will come out as we go through the day on Sunday. 78 degrees for a high, so not all that bad of a day, and 60 for a low on Sunday night. There still is the door open for some scattered showers on Sunday night. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the beginning of the work week next week, mostly sunny skies with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the 28th of the month, below average as far as the temperatures are concerned, but that's not bad. Average to slightly below normal as far as the precipitation values. So we really do need some precipitation around these parts. And it does appear right now as though we will get it. And it does appear as though it's going to be more of a slower, gentler rain, which would be extremely beneficial. But we're not looking for any heavy amounts of precipitation here over the next few days. Record high in the state is 96, set back in 1944. The record low is 43, set in 2004. A year ago, 73 was our high, 60 was our low. We picked up about 1 1/10 inches of rain out at the airport a year ago today. The warmest ever 15th of August was back in 1969. The coldest ever was 10 years later, 1979. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Matthew standing by. Who do we have?
Up next, we have Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Well, before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Agency. You know, they do understand the risks that you face as a Michigan farm and agribusiness owner. And they know that every farm's needs vary like the crops in the field. They know that you're more than a number. That's why they want to get to know you, because they know that you have family goals, dreams for the future, and how important these things really are to you. They want to get the right farm insurance for you and for your family. So why don't you contact the folks at the Rummel Agency today? And with pricing the way it is these days, it's really a good idea to get with them before you wind up having to renew that insurance. The Rummel Agency, with offices in Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Carroll. We say good morning to Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. Melinda, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Hey, we've been enjoying the weather. How about you?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yep, pretty nice. It looks as though maybe a little bit of rain, but everybody I talk to is telling me they would like a shower. What about you?
Yeah, I think we need a little bit of rain out here. I think it's calling for 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and it'd be a nice little rain to help the beans along for sure.
Boy, it sure would. What's going on right now with our markets?
Beans are up 8, corn's down a penny, and wheat is unchanged. A lot of news coming out from the WASD report we had on Monday, where the USDA increased bean ending stocks by 62%. So that has been quite bearish into the market, and beans have been nothing but decline this week. On the corn front, they revised 23-24 ending stocks and 24-25 ending stocks a tick lower. So it's positive for the corn news, and the market's just trying to find equilibrium here to where it should be as traders get back into the market.
You know, there's been a lot of comments about that report, as there usually is with government reports. A little bit later on in the broadcast, Melinda, we're going to talk to Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission, because they don't really think those numbers are very accurate. But everything else that I have seen is indicating that as far as the corn and the soybeans go, they look like they're pretty well dead on.
Yeah, the corn looks like we have a great crop, and we always have pockets year in, year out that aren't as good to excellent as others. But there's definitely the yield potential there in the beans too. The USDA in the August report, and historically are not good for accounting for double crop beans. And it feels like this year they're trying to get a little ahead of that. Bean exports weren't as strong for the year end going into either, which also doesn't help our ending stocks. But we do have quite a few beans planted and quite a few double crop beans planted more than normal.
Okay. So on the board right now at the Andersons, what have you have?
Nearby cash corn for August is $3.15. New crop corn is at $3.35. March of 25 is $3.68. July of 25, $3.85. Nearby soybeans, $9.77. New crop 24 beans, $9.12. New crop 25 beans, $9.62.
You have, go ahead.
Oh, and I was just going to give you wheat prices. Red wheat, August red wheat is at $4.55, and August white wheat is at $5.10.
No, we can't forget those. Hopefully that's going to be one of the money crops this year for a lot of producers that put wheat in.
We will see.
Yes, we will. You take care, Melinda. Have a good one. And if we don't talk to you before, well, I'll tell you what, you will be available tomorrow?
Yeah, I can be.
Fantastic. Let's plan on talking to you tomorrow. All righty. You take care.
Sounds good.
Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us. The market report brought to you by the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They can help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Plenty of locations for you to touch base with them. Find out how they can become your hometown financial solution. Check them out. Go online at frankenmuthcu.org. And by Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts and service at very competitive prices for well over 45 years. 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget, they're open Monday through Friday till 11 p.m. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
I think I can make it. How about you?
I'm going to try.
All right. Glad. You take that oar, I'll take this oar, and we'll see if we can make this boat move.
Go right in circles.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
Oh, my. Well, retail sales came in very strong, way above expectations. So Amazon doing well, Walmart doing fantastic. I just think people are getting rid of their money before it's not worth anything, but that's just my opinion. Avon went bankrupt, I think again, so that was over the talc that caused, apparently, caused cancer.
I thought it was because the doorbell didn't work.
Yeah, that could be ring bell, that door cam, whatever.
Yeah.
I ain't going there and buying none of that. Okay. But and remember we talked about buying stock when big companies are firing people. Well, Deere had their earnings; they are up $22 today, and Cisco was another company dumping people. They're up $3 today, which is about 7%. So once again, somebody else's pain is somebody's gain. There she is. That's how it works in this big wild world. But crude oil's up $1.50. That's not pleasant to report. Precious metals, they're mixed, but silver and platinum both up 4 full percentage points today. So that's moving. Of course, the stock markets are on fire today from the retail sales report. So here are your numbers. September corn, 379 3/4, down a penny and a quarter. January or December corn is $4.25, down a half a penny. The November soybeans, 977 3/4, up 9 1/4. January soybeans, 996, up 9 1/2. September wheat, 535 3/4, up a penny, and December wheat, 556, down a quarter of a penny. The crude oil is 77.31, up $1.47. Heating oil is 239.47, up 2.6 cents. Gasoline 219.69, up 4.1 cents. And natural gas 239 3/4 cents. That is up 5.5 cents. Over to currencies. Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3702 Canadian. That's down by 12 ticks. The dollar buys 148.89 yen. That's up by 159 ticks. The euro's at 109.88, down 24 ticks. The dollar's at 102.89, up 32 ticks. Gold's at $24.5960, up $13.40. Silver's $28.47, up $1.13. Platinum's $967.70, up $38.10. And copper's $418.20, that's up 10.5 cents.
10.5 cents, huh?
I know, it's a big move.
Yeah, it is. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, we'll do.
All righty. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. You know, since 1983, they've been providing farmers with a great selection of products to help you increase your yields in season and help you sustain those yields all the way through harvest and then get your field ready for next year. Plus, they've got certified crop advisor Vic Huffer to answer any questions that you might have. Plus, they are your Dairyland seed headquarters. Serving you is their business at Freeland Bean and Grain. When we return, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Joe Kramer from the Michigan Bean Commission, and we also have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville.
But first, this.
The summer sell down is officially going on now at Cook Chevrolet Ambassador. What does it mean? How about a fantastic Blazer lease payment as low as $280 a month? Even better, can you believe that a $54,000 crew cab Silverado 4-wheel drive pickup now starts at only $250 a month? Once again, that's Chevy Blazers from $280 and Silverados from $250. And at Cook Chevrolet, you'll not only find the totally redesigned, sharper, and roomier 2024 Traverse, but we now have the all-new redesigned 2025 Chevy Equinox in stock and available for your inspection. That's two of Chevy's top-selling vehicles, new and improved, and they're loaded with new and updated features. It's the summer sell down and the New Year startup going on right now. Get out today to Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill Ambassador.
Payments based on 24-month GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. $2,000 cash down due at signing. Call or visit us online at cookchevysuperstore.com. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Risk management is what it's all about. And if you are involved in a farming operation, it might be a really good idea to protect yourself against the bad things and cover yourself. Make sure you have the good things, the positive events. The Michael Starr Crop Insurance Agency can help you because they're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can reach their agents directly on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call their office in Reese, 989-868-4722. The Michael Starr Crop Insurance Agency. Along with us, Joe Kramer, Executive Director of the Michigan Bean Commission. And Joe, first of all, a couple of things coming up here. Next Tuesday, we've got the Bean and Beat Day. That's going to be out at the Research Center.
That's right, Terry. Michigan State's kicking off our week and a half or 2 weeks of plot tours with an event, coffee and rolls, registration at 8:30, and the tour starts at 9. So always an exciting part of the season and a great chance to learn a lot about what's working and what isn't really.
And you're also going to have a series of plot tours coming up here pretty quick too, right?
We do. We start way up in Lachine on Friday the 23rd, and then we roll right into a whole series of tours. Trying to find my card here, but we're going to be at Lackey Ewald Farms on the 26th for the Tuscola County tour. Cedar Pond Farms on the east side of Huron County on the 27th. We're over at Andy Thorland's farm in Greenville on Wednesday the 28th. We are at Malin's farm north of Auburn on the 29th. And on September 4th, we're up at Wadsworth in Sanilac County. So all those dates and times are on the website.
Now, my guess is this tour this year is probably going to be the most interesting that we have seen in a number of years, because the weather is playing a pretty strong role in what we're going to see this year.
It has. Scott Bales, our dry bean specialist from MSU, actually began harvest yesterday with his first plot. It was a planting date plot right at the research farm. So I think the beans he cut yesterday were probably planted on about May 3rd. So we're interested in the outcome of that. But as you look around all the plots that Scott has, they all suffered, right? They suffered varying degrees of mostly water damage. Our plot in Bay County and the one in Sanilac County in particular took a lot of water, and we're not quite sure what the results are going to look like there. So they're not real showy plots, but you can see some varieties that withstood water better than other varieties, and I find that kind of interesting.
Now, the other kind of interesting point, and we really don't want to dwell on it too much, but I saw those numbers on the crop progress report from the government that came out, and according to those, we got a record bean crop.
Well, yeah. So just to review that a little bit, in Michigan, right here at home, the report in June suggested we had 30,000 more acres than last year. The August report adjusted that up another 10,000 acres. So according to USDA, we've got 40,000 more acres of dry beans in Michigan this year than we did last year. That may not, given commodity prices, that may not be so hard to swallow until you get to their yield forecast, where last year we set another record at 24.4 bags per acre for a state average. And if you've driven around and looked at this year's crop, you can see water damage. You can find water damage really easy. We didn't have that last year for the most part. And yet they published a report that says we are going to beat last year's record by 1.1 bags, giving us a 25.5 state average. And we've looked at a lot of crops together, Terry, over the years, and this one just doesn't really come across as that kind of a state average to me. So I don't know when we're going to see a correction or if we'll see a correction, but if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on that high of a state average this year. I'm not sure how we can top last year.
No, I agree. And again, time will tell, but I'm sure you'll keep us surprised, and a lot of farmers will too, just how their dry bean crop has done here so far this year. Joe Kramer, thanks so much for sharing. You have a great day, okay?
Thanks, Terry. Take care.
You bet. Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission. We have Jerry on the line with us right now, Matt?
Yes, we do. Mr. Jerry, how are you doing today?
Wonderful, guys. What a beautiful day.
It sure is. The plant of the week, Jerry.
Plant of the week is viburnum, and there's tons of viburnum. I keep repeating myself, but just like even within soybeans, how many different varieties of soybeans can you choose to put in your field? Well, with all the plants we sell, it's the same way. So viburnum's another large family of plants. There's a couple varieties that are very fragrant, bloom in the spring. Other varieties are not as fragrant, but better, more beautiful flower. And some are taller and skinny, provide good screens. So they're just, again, a wide variety of plants, widely adaptable, few insects and diseases, and perform well in the wider range of soils. And the only good or bad thing? Most people don't like larger shrubs. Well, the viburnum family is a large plant. It's going to grow. There's some varieties maybe 4 to 6, but most of them may 6 to 8, 10, and maybe even 12, 14 feet. And then that might not be so bad for some spots.
And you've got them at the nursery.
We do, Terry, and we're here 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Saturday, 9 to 2. There we go.
All right. You have a good one, Jerry. Thank you.
You betcha, Terry. Enjoy.
You bet. Over to Baird and Company, we have Teresa on the line with us. Teresa, what's going on in New York?
New York's having another nicely productive day with the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 469 at 4474 with 266 million shares traded. NASDAQ up 367 at 17,560, 436 million shares traded there. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 347.32, up 973. Deere 374.39, up 23.11. CMS Energy 65.76, down 56. Dow 53.90, up $1.14. DuPont 80.25, up $1.50. Corteva 52.69, up 70. General Motors 45.09, up $1.48. Trinseo 2.59, down 11. Walmart 73.21, up 4.55. Huntington Bank 13.86, up 38. Independent Bank 32.83, up 86, and AT&T at 19.19, down 44.
Teresa, have a great day, okay?
Take good care.
Will do. Teresa over at Baird and Company. Quality Roasting and Reese, they're offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. We now conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News